The social media storm. A miracle in a syringe? It seems you cannot open a social media app these days without seeing it. Dramatic before and after photos flash across the screen, often with captions boasting of astonishingly rapid weight loss. Influencers, celebrities. The buzz is everywhere. Online forums, hushed conversations at family gatherings. The promise is incredibly seductive. A simple injection, a daily pill. The weight simply melts away. It feels like a miracle, a long-awaited answer for millions. But is it truly a miracle? Pharmacies reporting shortages, doctors inundated with requests. Unpacking the science. What exactly is GLP-1? To understand how these drugs work, we first need to understand a little bit about our own bodies. GLP-1, which stands for glucagon-like peptide 1, is not a synthetic chemical invented in a lab. It is a natural hormone that your own gut produces. Hormones are powerful chemical messengers that travel through your bloodstream, telling different parts of your body what to do. Mood, sleep, appetite, blood sugar. GLP-1 is one of the key players controlling our metabolism after a meal. When you eat, your digestive system breaks down food. As nutrients enter your gut, specialized cells release GLP-1. This hormone then performs several important jobs. It signals the pancreas to release insulin. Insulin helps your cells absorb glucose from your blood for energy. By stimulating insulin only when needed, after you've eaten, GLP-1 keeps blood sugar stable and prevents dangerous spikes. That's why it was an early target for type 2 diabetes. But GLP-1 does more than manage blood sugar. It helps make you feel full and satisfied. It sends signals to your brain to appetite control centers in the hypothalamus, telling you you're full. At the same time, it acts on the stomach, slowing gastric emptying. This delayed gastric emptying means food stays in your stomach longer, prolonging fullness. It's a multi-pronged natural system to regulate intake. GLP-1 is essentially a natural appetite suppressant and blood sugar regulator. It's part of a feedback system that maintains energy balance. Some research suggests people with obesity may have a blunted GLP-1 response, meaning less hormone production or weaker brain response. That can cause weaker fullness, easier overeating, and harder weight control. Scientists harnessed this mechanism to develop new weight loss drugs. But behind the hype, a more complicated story is unfolding. We must ask, what is the real science here? What are we actually injecting, and what does it do? Everyone seems to be losing weight fast. For many, it sounds like a dream. Could this dream have a hidden cost? A metabolic trap? The truth is rarely as simple as marketing suggests. These drugs can be life-changing for some, especially people with type 2 diabetes. The brain-gut connection. How these new drugs work. The new GLP-1 drugs are what scientists call agonists. They are designed to mimic or copy the action of the natural GLP-1 hormone your body produces. However, they come with a crucial modification. They are engineered to last much longer. The GLP-1 your body makes is broken down very quickly, often within minutes. This works for a single meal, but it is not effective as a long-term therapeutic treatment. The drug versions are resistant to rapid breakdown, remaining active for hours or even a full week, depending on the medication. They amplify the natural signals GLP-1 sends. They engage the brain-gut axis, the two-way communication between your digestive system and your brain. Taken often as an injection, the drug binds to the same receptors natural GLP-1 would. That creates a stronger, sustained feeling of satiety or fullness. The message to your brain's appetite center isn't a gentle nudge. It's a loud command to stop eating. At the same time, the drug slows gastric emptying. Food stays in the stomach longer, physically increasing fullness. Many people report losing interest in food. The constant food noise, the background chatter, quiets down or disappears. The result, a spontaneous, often dramatic drop in calorie intake. You feel full on smaller portions and snacking between meals falls away. It turns down the volume on appetite. This dual brain and gut action makes the drugs potent. They're not magical fat burners. Instead, they change your relationship with food and hunger, leading to a substantial calorie deficit over time. They also help the pancreas release insulin better after meals, aiding blood sugar control in people with type 2 diabetes. Overall, the mechanism manipulates ancient energy regulation systems, leading to big changes in eating behavior. But they are not without complexities and potential downsides. To decide wisely, we need to look past the frenzy and dig into the biology. Understand the benefits. Understand the risks. Understand the long-term implications. Consider the broader impact on our health, on our society, and on our relationship with food and our bodies. Weighing the outcomes. The promise of clinical trials. Large-scale clinical trials have been nothing short of impressive. These results have generated huge excitement in medicine and beyond. In obesity studies, participants consistently achieve significant weight loss, far exceeding diet and exercise alone. On average, people lose about 15% to 20% of body weight over roughly a year. For someone at 100 kilograms, that's about 15 to 20 kilograms lost. That amount can be truly life-altering and improve health markers. For people with type 2 diabetes, benefits go beyond weight loss. These drugs are highly effective at lowering blood sugar, often bringing levels back into a healthy range. Some studies show reduced risk of major cardiovascular events. They can lower the chance of heart attacks and strokes in people with established heart disease. Many now see these drugs as tools for managing metabolic conditions. The data suggests reductions in obesity-related risks like high blood pressure and poor cholesterol levels. But trials also highlight important caveats and risks often missed in the hype. A major concern is loss of lean muscle mass alongside fat. Rapid weight loss makes preserving muscle difficult. The hidden costs, risks, and unanswered questions. While many tolerate GLP-1 drugs well, side effects are common, especially when starting or increasing dose. The most frequently reported issues are gastrointestinal, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation. These are common as the body adjusts to delayed gastric emptying. For some, symptoms are mild and temporary, but for others they can force treatment discontinuation. Constant nausea or bloating can significantly impact quality of life, even if weight is falling. Beyond these common discomforts, rarer serious risks exist. There have been reports linking these drugs to pancreatitis, a painful, potentially dangerous inflammation of the pancreas. Regulatory bodies have flagged potential links to thyroid tumors, including medullary thyroid carcinoma observed in animal studies. The risk in humans is considered low and not definitively established, but it's an area of active safety monitoring and not recommended for people with certain personal or family thyroid histories. Perhaps the biggest unknown is the long-term effect of decades of hormone-mimicking drugs. These medications are new. We lack long-term data on what happens after 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. How does chronic appetite suppression and altered gut function affect nutrient absorption, bone density, risk of other diseases over a lifetime? What are the psychological effects of living with a chemically suppressed appetite for years? These are crucial unanswered questions. Starting these drugs is a step into uncharted territory. Furthermore, the issue of muscle loss deserves more attention. Preserving muscle mass is vital for healthy aging, maintaining strength, keeping your metabolism robust. A lower metabolic rate from significant muscle loss can make maintaining lower weight a constant battle against a body that burns fewer calories at rest. This is why anyone taking these drugs should incorporate resistance training to help preserve lean mass. The soaring popularity of GLP-1 drugs has created complex social and ethical challenges that extend far beyond the doctor's office. One immediate issue is access and equity. These medications are extremely expensive, often costing over $1,000 a month without insurance. This creates a stark two-tier system where those with wealth, those with excellent insurance plans can access a potentially life-changing treatment, while those without are left behind. This raises profound questions about fairness. Should a person's ability to manage a serious health condition like obesity be determined by their income? Pharma marketing shapes public perception. Slick television commercials, pervasive social media campaigns often frame the drugs as an easy solution, sometimes downplaying the need for lifestyle changes and downplaying potential side effects. This can foster a pill for every ill mentality, normalize the idea of a quick fix, and undermine public health efforts that promote sustainable habits like balanced nutrition, regular physical activity. The focus shifts from holistic health to an obsession with the number on the scale, driven by a profit-motivated industry. This intense demand has also fueled a booming market for off-label use. The drugs are approved for type 2 diabetes, approved for obesity, but increasingly sought by people only slightly overweight looking for a cosmetic solution. That trend strains supply for patients with greater medical need and introduces risks when people take powerful medication without proper medical justification or supervision. The rise of unregulated online pharmacies and compounding labs selling versions of the drug creates significant safety concerns for consumers. Finally, the craze forces us to confront cultural attitudes toward weight and body image. Does easy access to a weight loss drug reinforce pressure to be thin? Does it risk further stigmatizing people in larger bodies? These are difficult conversations we must have. After weighing all the evidence, it becomes clear that GLP-1 drugs are neither a simple miracle nor a guaranteed metabolic time bomb. The truth, as it so often is, lies somewhere in the middle. These medications are an incredibly powerful tool and an important new option. Type 2 diabetes. Obesity. For the right person, under careful medical supervision, they can be truly transformative, improving health and quality of life. They can quiet the relentless food noise that torments so many, making it possible to build healthier habits. However, it is absolutely essential to maintain a clear-eyed perspective. These drugs are a treatment, not a cure. They do not address the root causes of weight gain, which can be a complex mix of genetics, environment, psychology, lifestyle. They work by managing a symptom, excess appetite, and their benefits depend on continuous use. Stopping the medication without having established robust, sustainable lifestyle changes is likely to result in weight returning. This is not a failure of the individual, but a predictable biological reality. Therefore, view these drugs as a temporary support system or a long-term aid, but not a replacement for the fundamentals of good health. They can provide a crucial window of opportunity, a period of reduced hunger to focus on, learning new eating habits, incorporating regular physical activity, addressing one's relationship with food. Success requires a comprehensive plan beyond a prescription. It demands education, support, a commitment to building a healthier foundation for the future. Doctors, patients, society as a whole must approach this new era with caution and realism. We need open conversations about known benefits, common side effects, significant long-term unknowns. Resist the magic bullet narrative and promote a balanced, integrated approach. These drugs can be part of the solution, but not the entire solution. True, lasting health depends on a holistic strategy. Let's pull back the curtain on the GLP-1 craze, breakthrough or metabolic time bomb. Whether you are considering GLP-1 drugs, currently taking them, or simply looking to improve your metabolic health, there are fundamental lifestyle habits that are non-negotiable. These natural supports work in harmony with your body's biology and are crucial for long-term success. They are the bedrock upon which lasting health is built. One of the most overlooked yet powerful pillars is sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. A lack of sleep can wreak havoc on your hunger hormones, increasing ghrelin, decreasing leptin, leading to intense cravings for high-calorie foods. Next, prioritize protein. Ensuring you get an adequate amount of protein at each meal is vital. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient. It helps you feel fuller, longer, and reduce calories. It's essential for preserving and building lean muscle mass. This prevents losing metabolically active muscle during weight loss. Aim to include sources like lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, legumes, tofu. Preserving muscle keeps your metabolism firing effectively. Do not forget the fiber. Fiber, found abundantly in vegetables, fruits, Whole grains, nuts, seeds. Soluble fiber forms a gel-like substance in your gut, which slows digestion and sugar absorption. This stabilizes blood sugar and, much like GLP-1, promotes prolonged fullness. Eating diverse plant foods supports your gut microbiome, which helps regulate weight and overall health. Finally, get moving. Movement is essential, and it doesn't have to mean hours in the gym. A combination of cardiovascular activity like brisk walking resistance training is ideal. Cardio burns calories and improves heart health. Strength training builds and maintains muscle mass. More muscle means a higher resting metabolic rate. Consistency beats intensity. Find activities you enjoy, make them a non-negotiable part of your routine. As we stand at the dawn of this new pharmaceutical era, the path forward requires a blend of optimism and caution. GLP-1 drugs represent a significant scientific achievement and offer real hope to many who have struggled for years with their weight and metabolic health. They have the potential to alleviate suffering and reduce the burden of chronic disease. We should celebrate this progress. However, we must also resist the temptation to view them as a panacea. They are a powerful intervention with real trade-offs, and they must be used wisely and thoughtfully. For anyone considering these medications, the first and most important step is to have a thorough discussion with a trusted healthcare provider. This conversation should cover your complete medical history, the potential benefits as they apply to your specific situation, the full range of side effects, the cost, and the long-term commitment required. It is not a decision to be taken lightly, or one based on social media trends. A proper medical evaluation is essential to ensure the treatment is both safe and appropriate for you. If you and your doctor decide to proceed, it is vital to create a comprehensive, long-term plan that integrates the medication with sustainable lifestyle habits. Work with a doctor, a dietitian, or a health coach to develop a strategy that includes a nutrient-dense diet, rich in protein and fiber, a regular exercise routine with resistance training and habits that support good sleep and stress management. The medication can provide the initial push, but these foundational pillars are what will support your health for the rest of your life. Ultimately, the GLP-1 story is still being written. We must continue to study these drugs to better understand their long-term effects and ensure they are used ethically and equitably. As individuals and as a society, our goal should be to promote genuine, holistic health, not just a lower number on a scale. These drugs can be a valuable part of that journey for some, but they are just one tool. The most reliable path to a healthier life will always be one that pairs the best of modern medicine with the timeless wisdom of a balanced lifestyle, an active lifestyle, a mindful lifestyle.